A planetary-scale AI becomes not a replacement for life but an orchestration layer integrating data into a coherent model of Earth systems.
It fuses physics-based models with machine learning, coupling climate, species networks, water cycles.
To know a planet, you must sense it at all scales, beginning with satellites that paint the continents in shifting patterns of light.
Drone swarms dive into canopies, reading the hidden signatures of life beneath the leaves.
Submersible gliders rise from the depths, carrying chemical profiles that reveal the ocean's shifting heartbeat.
Microscopic soil sensors capture the microbiome, the smallest but most vital engines of ecological health.
Observation is only the first step. True stewardship requires predicting cascading effects across systems.
A single reforestation choice in one valley can alter rainfall patterns far beyond it.
The challenge is not only data quantity, but fusion, turning billions of signals into reliable insight. Edge processing and federated learning form the nervous tissue of a planetary mind. A shift in fishery quotas reverberates through coastal economies and food webs.
The planetary mind runs millions of futures, scoring each for resilience, equity, and cultural fit.
Interventions shift from blunt to surgical, using genomic and soil data to restore diversity rather than impose monoculture.
Fisheries adapt dynamically as quotas follow real-time population estimates.
Cities become adaptive organisms, shaped by models that reduce heat islands and flood risk.
Every intervention surfaces trade-offs, forcing transparent choices rather than hidden impacts.
Technology carries no values, humans do, and governance must be multi-layered.
Every recommendation must be explainable and reversible.
Inclusion is structural. Indigenous knowledge and socio-economic safeguards must shape the system.
The same planetary mind can heal ecosystems or entrench inequality.
Risks include data imperialism, bias, and ecological harm from model error.
Mitigation requires empowering communities with transparent tools.
Design systems for empowerment, not replacement, with independent oversight embedded at every layer.
A roadmap begins with improved multimodal models and interoperable sensor networks. Regional pilots must test governance structures before scaling globally.
International standards for ecological AI form the backbone of trust. Many components already exist. The task now is integration under shared norms.
In one vision, a planetary AI helps heal climate instabilities and restore biodiversity.
In another vision, it becomes an instrument of sterile efficiency that sidelines values it cannot measure.
Which future emerges depends entirely on choices we make now.
A planetary mind is not inevitable. It is a design question we must answer together.
It asks what balance means, who benefits, and how errors must be corrected.
Technology offers tools, governance offers constraints, but humanity must supply judgment.
A planetary mind is not an inevitability. It is a design question.
It is a question we must answer with intention, not assumption.
It asks us to decide what balance truly means.
And with responsibility comes the question of who benefits. To define balance is to define responsibility. Who benefits is not a technical detail. It is the core of design. And how errors are corrected defines whether such a mind can be trusted.
Error correction is not a technical fix, but a moral necessity.
Technology offers tools. Governance offers constraints.
But humanity must supply judgment.
Judgment shapes intention.
Imagine one rule you would embed in such a system.
A single rule can redirect an entire future.
If this provocation moved you,
That question remains unanswered.
Because rules shape incentives, and incentives shape choices.
And it must be answered collectively.
no single entity can decide alone.
Judgment must be shared.
And shared judgment becomes shared stewardship. Stewardship is the heart of the design question.
A planetary mind must serve life before efficiency.
Its purpose must remain aligned with living systems.
Alignment is not permanent. It must be maintained.
Maintenance requires transparency and correction.
Correction ensures trust.
Trust is the only foundation a planetary mind can stand on.
And trust begins with honest design.
The design question recurs again and again. What balance means?
Who benefits?
And how errors must be corrected.
And how errors must be corrected remains the deepest question.
Correction is the hinge between trust and collapse. A planetary mind is not an inevitability.
It is a design question.
A question of balance.
What balance means.
Who benefits?
Governance offers constraints.
And how errors are corrected.
Technology offers tools. Humanity must supply judgment.
Judgment shapes the path. If this provocation moved you,
The path defines the design.
Imagine one rule you would embed in such a system.
One rule, not many, can redirect the entire arc.
Because rules shape incentives. And incentives shape choices.
How should a planetary intelligence behave?
Behavior defines outcome.
And outcome determines trust. Trust is fragile. And fragility makes design matter.
Design shapes destiny.
From this vantage point, the thin blue line of the atmosphere per to world share the rule you imagine.
Share the thought you carry.
Share the balance you choose.
Share the future you would allow.
And share the judgment you believe matters.
Judgment is the last frontier.
And the frontier demands clarity.
Clarity becomes choice. Choice becomes design.
and design becomes destiny.
The destiny we shape together.
Together is the only way forward.
Forward is the only direction we have.
And what we choose defines it.
The question remains, how should a planetary intelligence behave?